Road to St. George, welcome back everybody. Over the last few months, I've interviewed a lot of the top athletes who will be racing there, men and women, heard what they're up to, heard how their preparation's going, their thoughts about the race. Today it's my turn. I'm going to give you my picks for podium, top men, top women, also who I think the spoilers might be, someone who could sneak in there if maybe they have a good day and if somebody else doesn't have a good day. Obviously, a couple big news items. Patrick Lange is out. He separated his collar or shoulder bone training in the Canary Islands a few months ago. He's out of the race. Jan Frodeno is now out. He has a torn Achilles, so he won't be racing in St. George. And then for the women, Lucy Charles-Barkley, one of the favorites, also out. So let's get to it. For the women, here's my top three picks. I think Laura+Philipp is going to be the one to beat. She had an amazing year last year, and that's actually how I'm going to pick the people that I think are going to podium, those who could be right at the top there. Not only how they've done in the past, but also taking a look at just seeing how their preparation is going this year. Last year, Laura+Philipp won Ironman Austria. She went 8:35, running 2:44 on the marathon. She knows how to do the distance really, really well. This year, 2022, she crushed in her opening race in Ironman 70.3 Dubai, winning that one handily. So I think she's on a roll. She's definitely maybe the woman to beat there in St. George in May. But there's Kat+Matthews. In 2021, she was fourth at Ironman 70.3 World Championships in St. George. She has experience on that course and shown that she knows how to race in those kind of conditions. She was second in 2021 at Ironman Tulsa behind the great Daniela+Ryf. Probably maybe one of the few races last year where Daniela raced quite well. Kat+Matthews, certainly a contender. This year, Lanzarote, she won Ironman 70.3 there, beating Anna Haug for the championship in that race. She's looking to be the top contender, top three, if not the champion. And then, of course, there is Anna Haug, who is the 2019 Ironman World Champion. She's defending her title, so I wanted to put her up in the top three. She won in 2019. She won Challenge Roth last year. She was in Lanzarote with Cat Williams. She didn't win, but she was training at altitude. She was testing some things out to see how it would work to come down from altitude and to race. She's going to be fine-tuning. You know that she's going to be ready for St. George in a couple weeks. The spoilers, you have to put Daniela+Ryf in as a spoiler, if not a favorite. She's won 4 Konas, 4 Ironman World Championships. She's won 5 70.3 World Championships. And if there's one thing that this race is going to take that will be a benefit, it is going to be experience. It's kind of a new event, and nobody has had a world championship there for the full Ironman distance in St. George. Daniela has a lot of experience. She hasn't raced her best recently, but again, if she has a good day, spoiler for sure. Skye Moench also could be a spoiler. She won Ironman Chattanooga last year, and another fellow American of hers, Heather Jackson, she won Ironman Florida in 2021. Those two have proven that they can race really, really well at this distance. Again, on a good day, they could be the spoilers. For the men, who do we have? Top of my list is going to be Gustav Iden. He's shown that on the big days, he can put it together. He won 70.3 Worlds in Nice in 2019. He won 70.3 Worlds last year, 2021, in St. George a few years later, proving that he knows how to get up for the big races. He debuted his Ironman last year in 2021 at Ironman Florida, going 7:42. Not a bad time for a first-time Ironman, I would say myself, giving him a strong vote for being maybe the favorite to win that race. 2022, he hasn't raced yet. However, I have seen some of the training days that Gustav is putting in, and he will have no shortness of fitness going into this World Championship. But joining him is going to be somebody who's being coached by his brother. That's going to be Lionel Sanders. In May of 2021, he and Sam+Long had an incredible 70.3 in St. George. Lionel out-sprinted him. Again, he knows how to race on that course. He was in Ironman Florida. He was second behind Gustav Eden. And then in 2022, 70.3 Oceanside just recently, Lionel finished second in a sprint. He didn't win. However, he had some problems on the bike. He couldn't go as fast as he had wanted to. He put together the fastest run on the day. Lionel Sanders is fit. He is very, very fit. New coach, new approach, a course that he's designed to do well on. And then the third person that I'm going to put for the podium is American Sam+Long. You might be asking, well, what happened to all the other guys? I'll talk about a few of them, but I think Sam has a good chance. He won in 2021 at Ironman Coeur d'Alene under incredibly brutal conditions. He was second to Gustav Iden last year, September, 70.3 Worlds there. He opened the season with a win in Clash Miami. He went to Clash Puerto Varas, won that, opted out of Oceanside saying, I need to be smart, I need to just be ready for this race, the big one, the Ironman World Championship. Sam+Long, I'm putting him in there. Kristian+Blummenfelt, a lot of talk about him last year, pretty much almost unbeatable in 2021, winning gold medal, winning Cozumel in his first outing at the full distance, going 7:21. Unbelievable. But this year, 2022, opened in Dubai with a 10th place, not his best race. He admits it. He went back. He's been training. For sure, he could be a spoiler in this race. Top 3 is in his bag of tricks. It's just a matter of making sure that the bike works, that his body works, that everything is on point. Then there's Danielle Becker. He was third at 70.3 Worlds in St. George last year. Again, somebody who has experience in this terrain, in that environment, shown that he can race really well. He was third in Ironman Tulsa last year against Patrick Lange, who won, and so he can go the distance. But more importantly is that he was second in Dubai this year at his opening 70.3 and going very, very fast. So Danielle Becker, I think, is also somebody who could be a spoiler in this race. And then, of course, there's one of my personal favorites, Sebastian Keanley. This is his final year racing the World Championship Series, World Championship races. And he said in a recent interview that we did together for Mondays with Mark+Allen, he wants to have some surprises come out this year. So I'm going to put Sebastian in there as one of the spoilers who could be in that top 3 on the podium. So there you go, everybody. Road to St. George. Mull that over. A lot to think about. In a couple of weeks, we'll know whether any of these predictions are the right ones. It's going to be an amazing race. Hope to see you there. Mark+Allen, Road to St. George.